Hello, I'm Tom Varner and welcome to Adventures in TV Land. For today's adventure, I've come to Kennesaw, Georgia. I've come here to see the Southern Museum of Civil War and Locomotive History. Inside this museum is a famous train engine, the General, the subject of several movies and many books. I did not know this, but reading here, not all of them, but most of them who were involved in the raid on the Union side, they were awarded the first Medals of Honor, Congressional Medals of Honor. The museum is open Tuesdays through Saturdays right now, 9:30 to 5 p.m. Now the ticket counter is set up like a train depot ticket counter. Right here is just a look at some of the displays when you first walk into the museum. That's a Civil War flag from the 70th Indiana Line Regulars, I believe is what it says. An actual pair of slave shackles. This is a display of some handguns from the Civil War. That is an actual letter sent to Big Shanty, Georgia, from a soldier in 1861. His name was Private Summers, and he was killed in 1862. These are pictures of unknown people. Looks like a mother, father, and a young soldier. Display of Civil War rifles. This is a display of instruments used by soldiers in the Civil War. A Confederate bugle, Confederate drum, a fife, a jaw harp, a pair of musical bones. Never heard of a jaw harp or musical bones before. And a drum from the Union Army, New Hampshire. Display on cavalry weapons and gear. Here's something I didn't know. After 1861, not a single new wheel was produced in the Confederate States. Here's some various personal items that were found on soldiers. I have a wallet, a drinking cup, shaving kit. Here we have some playing cards, an item that someone was sewing. It looks like a little Bible, miniature Bible, and some pieces of pipe and cigars and whatnot. There's a display about civilians during wartime. I think most interesting to me is this egg, which is actually a sewing wax holder, and the dominoes and marbles. Display about the fall of Atlanta. It's really interesting. Is that piece of metal there? Looks like a giant twisty tie almost. That's an actual piece of one of the railroads from Atlanta after Sherman got done with it. Now what we have here on this document, it is a document that was signed by both President Abraham Lincoln and his Secretary of War, Edwin Stanton. This display is about the use of the trains in the U.S. mail service. It's an actual mail pouch that hung behind the trains, picked it up. This new industry on the tracks was actually an older industry, lumber. Statue of Robert E. Lee. This kind of shows you how big that plant had to be. The Glover Machine Works. This was the area where the machinist worked. Look at all those pieces. It's like a massive, giant erector set. This is one of the Mercy Rock cars. So although the Glover Company, the Glover Machine Works, closed, all the records and history was preserved, along with a lot of its machines and whatnot. This display, all this is about the Great Locomotive Chase. Andrews, who was the leader of the raid party, was actually a civilian. So basically, in very short, the general was a train stolen by Union troops and a few others to an attempt to destroy Southern railroads. It was an 80-mile chase. The guys that stole the general, they made it 80 miles before they ran out of steam and had to abandon the train. They were pursued by Confederate soldiers in a train called the Texas, which is in Atlanta, in a different museum on display. And there she is, the General.
The chase between the General and the Texas became known as the Great Locomotive Chase. Buster Keaton adapted the story into his movie The General, and Walt Disney turned the story into motion pictures as well.
Now looking at it from the front, it may not look like this museum is very big, but from this angle, you can start to see exactly how big this place is. It is quite large. And how fitting that there is an actual train just across the street, about ready to debark. Overall, a very interesting, quite fascinating museum. I wish I had about 2 more hours to spend here. I was only here for about an hour and 20 minutes. All kinds of very interesting, cool Civil War artifacts, train artifacts, and of course, the main draw, the General. Well, this has been another adventure in TV land. Thank you for watching. If you've liked this video, hit the like button. If you disliked, hit the dislike button. Subscribe to my channel for further content and ring that bell for email notifications. And if there's someplace that you would like to see me visit, or you have a suggestion about a further video, leave a comment in the comment section. And you can support Adventures in TV Land by going to Buy Me a Coffee and making a donation as low as $1 if you would like. Until next time, that's a wrap.